Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is John Rodriguez, and I'm the Network Administrator at the Webster University Fort Bliss Extended site. And I'm going to be showing you how to access and navigate your Connections account, your email, and World Classroom today. So if you notice right here, we're starting off at www.webster.edu. That's the home site for the main campus at St. Louis. And you'll notice that the Connections login is in the bottom right. Notice that we can also go to the Fort Bliss homepage. I'm going to click Fort Bliss in the search engine, and we'll go to Fort Bliss right here. It's the second link down. The Connections login is there as well. So if you're already on that page, you can also click on the Connections login from that location. So we're going to go ahead and click on there. From here, you can set up your Connections account, create a new account. If you forgot your username or password, you can look it up there and just follow the menu that leads you through to set those things up. As you see, I'm typing in my username, which typically it's a name with a number at the end, and then your password is obviously whatever you set your password up to be. You'll set that up when you go in through the setup. So now we're here. We're going to go ahead and look at email first. We've got email right up here. We've also got a calendar. You might want to use the calendar. I'd say email would be the thing you might want to check more, though, or deal with more than anything, because the campus will email you information from time to time. So we go into the email, we've got inbox, we've got deleted, anything you've deleted, drafts. You can search emails from here if you want. You go into search and you type in based on the sender, subject, recipient, or the body of the email, say the subject, and we'll say that the subject contains whatever, maybe a business 5000 class that you would take in or whatever. And you just do the search, and you'll pull up anything that comes up in the subject of the email with Business 5000. I've actually set mine up to have a separate folder for my Webster emails and then my other emails that I get. You can go ahead and if you want to compose an email, you go to compose. You're going to select address, and if you have your address book set up, you go to search, and you have your emails that you can send to. You can do a carbon copy, a private carbon copy. You can move between your pages by selecting the alphabetized categorization that has been set up depending on how many email accounts you have. Obviously, you're going to have more than this amount on one page to have a second page. So that's pretty much that. And you select, say, we're going to send to that person, and we're going to click OK. You can enter your subject and your email. You can add a signature. You can request if they read it or not. They don't necessarily have to send that to you, but it's an option that they can or cannot or may decide not to click on. You can also save a copy to your sent folder. Which is, it's always good to have a copy of any important email that you send out. So that's pretty much where that is. You can go to the address book up here, and you can set up new accounts. There's a new contact option, so you can add emails on there if you have a new professor or maybe a fellow student that you would like to add or whatever. You can do that. You can set up groups, or you can import, export, etc. So then you can also go to options, and in options you have some other options. The auto forward and auto reply actually aren't through here. They used to be at some point, but now it's not working this way. If you want to set those up, you could contact me or maybe contact our help desk. If you do a search in the search bar from the Webster University homepage, the top right hand side, type in the help desk or IT service desk, and you can contact them, and they'll actually send you the link as to where you need to go. I'm not exactly sure where it is off the top of my head, but I know there are certain pages for those options. Again, you have some other options: display settings, block addresses, address book preferences, filters, message preferences, your signature, and so forth. So those are some extra options that you have there in your email. Now, also take note that the email is in a separate window. So, if you minimize it and you say, hey, where'd my email go? It's not there. It's in a separate window. So, obviously, there it is. And then we've got our regular window right there. So, you can't see my taskbar right now. I haven't set it up to where you can see the taskbar, but at least you'll know that it should be in your taskbar or maybe up here in your tabs, depending how you have your browser set up. So, that's basically your email. Also, you're going to find use in going to the Student tab. That's pretty much where the rest of everything is found. If you go to the Student Academic Services, typically it's going to be up here in the middle. It says click here to access Student Services, Grades, Advising, Schedule. You're going to go ahead and click there, and then you're going to, normally you'll be prompted to type in your password, username and password. Since I was in there a little bit earlier, I guess it saved mine temporarily. But normally I have to type it in multiple times anytime I go in there. So now I'm in here. You can look up your grades, you can look up your grade report request, academic record, degree audit. When looking up grades, I kind of prefer to go to the degree audit rather than grades. You can go to the grades, and then you can set up, you go to the set options, and you'll say graduate and the grades for which semester do you want. But if you go to the degree audit, it'll show you the grades for that particular semester and all the other semesters that you had. So you can kind of compare, and then you can also see what your grade point average is at as well. So that's kind of nice. And then you can see how close you are to finishing. As you can tell, I'm fairly close to finishing. IP stands for in progress, and then obviously the rest are, actual grades, or the blanks mean I haven't taken them or registered for those classes yet. And that's basically it. You have some other classes down here at the bottom, which are like prerequisites, and that's pretty much that. So yeah, again, degree audit, pretty useful for that. Financial aid, I haven't really messed around with financial aid too much, but you might want to go through that if you're dealing with financial aid, and some information should be there in regards to that. Registration, if you want to register for a class through the internet, you can register for in-person classes or online classes this way, and I'll show you how you do that. You're going to want to set up your payment option. Maybe you have multiple payment options, so you can select. A lot of military people do TA, the tuition assistance, shows military. Maybe you have an employer reimbursement. I do tuition remission because I work for the school, so the school pays for my schooling. There are multiple options that you can choose from. So those are some things to keep in mind. And when you want to add a class, you're going to type in the course number. So say like BUSN 5000, and then the section number to the course. You can find that out from the office if you like, or if you prefer, and I find this a lot more easy, is to go over here to the left-hand side to course schedules online. So I go there. I'm going to look up online classes. And this is just for online classes. Keep that in mind, not for the in-person classes in the classrooms. So if you're doing an online class, you go here, you go fall 2013. We're going to say all terms. Let's say we're going to look up business, and we're going to do graduate, and then we're just going to select all categories, enter data. And I'm not sure what happened with my system. No. Let me see. Fall 2013, all terms, business, graduate. That should have popped up something. Sorry, no records were found. That doesn't make sense. I think something might be going on with the site. So at least you know that is a way that you can go in. Maybe, that's really weird. Normally that will pull up your classrooms. Let's try it through the all other campuses. So let's say we're going to do fall 2013, all terms. We're going to select Fort Bliss, which is FTBL. So we look it up alphabetical order, FTBL. We're going to select all courses, any, graduate, and we'll just select all categories. And the same thing. I don't know what exactly is going on. Maybe if I try and refresh this, I don't know. Maybe because I had checked into this earlier. Normally that's going to pull up your classes. On the left-hand side, it's going to show you the course and the actual, what is it, the number, the course number and the section number. That's it. So on the left-hand side, you'll find that information there. You'll be able to put in BUSN 5000, and then the section number may be like OE, for instance, or usually it's 2 letters from what I've seen. And then you click Add, and it adds it to the bottom of your list. What happened right now is pretty much a freak accident. I've never seen that happen before, so it's very unlikely to happen to you. But if that continues to happen and you want to go through that route, you might want to contact our help desk again, or you can contact our office, contact me, and we can look into it and try and figure out what's going on. So That's pretty much that. The parking tags, we don't really do parking tags anymore. You just kind of come on base. You have to have insurance and registration and a license, of course. So you show your license when you come on the gate or whatever. But you don't have to get any parking tags at the moment. That may change. It has changed back and forth before. You can pay online, and yeah, that's pretty much the bulk of what I find the most useful, at least, and what I'm assuming you would probably find more useful. Now, again, on the student tab right here, with the student tab selected, which is again how I got to the grades and registration by clicking there, you can go to the World Classroom right over here. So I'm going to go ahead and click Login. Again, normally you have to type in your username and password. Since I had already done that earlier, I didn't have to type it in a second time, but it's your connection's username and password. So it went ahead and let me in there, and normally I think there's an option up here that you can click to view your classes. Since my classes are already finished, I've only got the option to click on my class from one of these. As long as your class shows up, though, it shows the class, the number, and the section number as well. The semester, SU is summer 2013. So I've already taken this class. I'm going to go ahead and click on it, though, to kind of give you an idea of what it's like. This is for an online class. I took this class online, but if you're taking an in-person class, you may have to access files through this program as well, through Canvas, or aka World Classroom. So yeah, from here, it logged me into the announcements section by default, and we have announcements from my professor here. When you start the class, if it's an online class in particular, you want to go to the home, and you can go to the welcome. And welcome, you kind of just go through the menu and everything of the welcome. It'll tell you a lot of the basic information. As well, you'll find textbook e-reserves for the first 2 weeks worth of class. You'll have the textbook in a PDF form that you can read on your computer, tablet, PC, or what have you. So that's another option. You can get course tutoring available, online tutoring down here as well. So I haven't really messed around with that. I kind of went through some menus that showed how to use it, but I haven't used any of the online tutoring personally. So I don't know how good or bad it is, but that's another possibility. You can go by week and look at each week and see what you have to do. It gives you breakdown, table of contents, activities, lecture slides, PowerPoint slides. It shows you, the topic paper that was due, case assignment, discussions. So you can also go over here to the left-hand side. And you can look at assignments. We started off at announcements. Keep it when we first went. So we already looked at that. You also can get your syllabus from up here. Assignments. So we see past assignments, upcoming assignments. For some reason, that was never taken down. But you can look at your assignment. Click on that, and say you finished your assignment. This says, okay, we've got to do this, and these are the problems that we have to do. We go ahead and do the problems. And then at the bottom there will be a submit button. You're going to browse for your Word document file or Excel file or whatever, and then you're going to attach it like you were doing with an email, and then you submit. And then it says up here that you've submitted it. You can actually check it out if you like to. Your grade is shown up here as well. You can see the comment that I put, the comment that my professor put in response. We can go to discussions, and in forum discussions, you'll find that in all of your online classes, at least all of the online classes I took. I'm going to select the week 1 online discussion, which I believe has already been locked because we already went through all these weeks. But for the sake of argument, let's say we have week 1. We go in there, and it tells you, information. This is what I want you to talk about, coming from the professor, and then there will be options to reply over here. Normally, I think there's a button to reply, but since it's been locked down, we don't have that option right now. But I believe right after each post, there's a reply button, and you click on that, and then you just type your reply. Grades, you can go to the grades, and wait for it to load here. You can go to the grades. It'll show you all your grades. It gives you a breakdown of what the grades are worth. You can actually select on the grades here, and you can look at what the mean and the high and the lows are for the class, and what what your score is, and at the bottom you have a breakdown of what your actual grades have been. If you have a case like me here with when I submitted my research paper, a 1 meant that the research paper proposal was rejected, and a 2 meant that it was accepted. So the 50% doesn't necessarily always mean that you've got that grade. That's just what the professor allocated that for. And then we've got student forums, online tutoring, and modules, and that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening, and good luck.